Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Joy, and you guys, I have a special guest with me today. Everybody, this is Kathy. She's over to my left.
Hi everybody.
Kathy is a puppy raiser for Leader Dog, and we are sitting in, you want to tell them where we are?
We're in the puppy lobby. This is where the 6-week-old baby puppies get brought when they are coming into Leader Dog to get ready to go home with their puppy raisers.
Yes, and we were just hearing some dogs barking, and so that might happen, we'll see, but it's really fun. And she was saying that those are some males,
Yes,
that are being breeded. They're breeding.
The male dogs are here to be bred with the female dogs, and they have separate kennels for male and female dogs so that the poor male dogs don't have to smell those wonderful girls.
Oh.
So they're in different suites here.
Oh my goodness, and tomorrow here in class, I'm here for this whole week, and I'm having my training for orientation and mobility training to improve my skills, but most importantly, to have confidence to cross at a major intersection while using my white cane, and I'm rocking it out so far this week. I've been crossing some intersections today, and I was told that I did it textbook perfect. And I felt so good, and I'm just getting more confident with every cross that I do. So that's what I'm doing here. And then how we got to this point where I have Kathy right here is, well, she and we connected on YouTube last week, and she's been, you want to tell them how long you've been following me?
I've been following you since you had your previous 2 guide dogs.
Antonia and Arabella.
Yes, I was watching those 2 dogs.
Oh my
with
gosh.
you. Yep, I've been watching for a long time. And then it was just by accident I found a video of yours where you said you're coming here to Leader Dog.
Yes.
I said, oh my gosh. and so I wrote you a quick comment, said you're going to have a great time. Food is excellent here.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The service is literally like, they treat you like you are royalty.
Yes, it's fantastic. All the staff and the guide dog mobility instructors, everybody is great.
It's top notch, and not only are they just so talented, they are so good at what they do. They are so loving and so sweet,
Yes, yeah,
and
right.
just caring and serving us, with their hearts, and that's just beautiful and amazing to me.
Yes.
But you and I connected, and you sent me the message, and then I responded to her, and I said, connect with me, send me a message on Instagram, and so we did. And as we were chatting, I gave her my cell phone number so we could text, because I said, she had said, well, can I take you out to dinner or something? And I said, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have free time, but I found out that I did, and I connected with her, and yeah, so here we are. It's just crazy how YouTube connected us, and I asked her if she would be open, since we have an opportunity to meet, to doing an interview with me. And she, excited.
I said yes. I don't know.
She said yes, and I'm like, don't worry, we're gonna have fun. You guys are gonna learn so much. I'm gonna learn so much. So Leader Dog is new to me, and I'm discovering so much about Leader Dog and falling in love with the school. And yeah, and I'm just ready. We're all ready for you to kind of share with us. So let's just say, why don't you start off by sharing with everyone, how long have you been raising puppies?
So I have raised 9 puppies for Leader Dog, and you have each puppy for about 1 year. And I just turned in my puppy number 9 about 6 weeks ago. So she's here in training right now. So we'll see how it goes. She's got about 4 months of training, and hopefully she'll get matched up with a visually impaired client.
Are you allowed to say their names of your dogs?
Her name is Echo. My first puppy is Lucy. I always loved the I Love Lucy show. And I'm learning about the naming, how it works here.
Yeah,
we puppy raisers get to name our dogs.
That's so cool.
Yes. Now, when you get your dog, if you don't like the name or if you want to change the name, you are allowed. But most clients do keep the name. The dog's known that name for a year, and so it's tough to change their name. But I did have my 2 dogs ago, that client did change her name, but that's okay, but we do get to name them.
That's really awesome. You know what'd be cool is to have, if you did change the name, if you needed to change the name for whatever reason, like to keep the other name still part of their name.
Yes, right. I agree.
You
Yes,
know,
yes.
because I just think that that's honoring the puppy raiser.
Yes, and I think, you know, it'd be nice, just use it as a middle name,
Yeah.
however you want to do it. But it's up to the client, well, you know, which way you want to go. But puppy raisers, we do get to name the puppy anything we want within reason. You know, you have to be careful of some ethnic names that might be difficult for someone to pronounce, because we get clients from Spain and Italy and all over, so sometimes it's difficult to pronounce. So you've got to watch some of those kind of names, and names that sound like cues, like the cue sit. If you named your puppy Mitt, that would be difficult for the puppy to understand the difference between sit and mitt.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, so you do have to kind of watch how you name them. But one of my puppy raiser friends, she loves Disney, and all her puppies get Disney names.
Oh,
Yes,
I love Disney.
Yes, so she's got all Disney puppies.
How sweet is that?
So-
So what's the rest of your?
So after Lucy, you can't have Lucy without Ethel. So puppy number 2 is
Aw.
Ethel. Puppy number 2 is Ethel, and number 3 is Hazel. She was
I love
named
that
after
name.
my mom. And I joke, I say, well, for a year I said, sit Hazel, and so I just laughed every time I did
Because you're
that.
telling your mom.
I'm telling my mom to sit. Then number 4 was Heidi, because that's the name my parents almost named me.
Aw.
And then puppy number 5 is Kenya, because that is where I'm going to go on my next safari.
Oh.
In 2025, I'm hoping to go on another safari.
So you've been on one already.
I've been on one, yes.
That's
and
pretty
and
cool.
then I had Piper, because I play the flute, and so
Ah.
Piper's kind of like a flute.
Yeah.
And then I had Hudson. My mom and I worked at a department store called Hudson's.
I love that name.
Yes, so I named her Hudson. And then Ripley is the one that is now working in Taiwan.
What?
She's in Taiwan with her client. And then Echo I just turned in. Echo was interesting because she was raised initially in a correctional facility by an inmate, because we have about 100 dogs, 100 puppies that are raised in correctional facilities.
Now I did not know. I knew that they are raised there. I just didn't know how many.
Yeah, we have about 400 puppies in the system at any time.
Wow.
You know, at different ages. And then the correctional facility, they raise about 100 for leader dog. And so Echo, it was raised by an inmate, and I'll tell you, he did an absolutely wonderful job with Echo.
Wow.
Just wonderful. So
Wow.
Echo's here. We'll see how she does. I'm hopeful. We'll
Yeah.
see. But if she doesn't graduate, she's coming home with me.
Oh, she's gonna be.
So-
They'll bring
so
it
it's-
back,
so-
but
so-
that's only if she doesn't pass.
If she doesn't graduate, right. Because a leader dog only graduates about 40% of the dogs, because it takes an incredibly special dog to guide someone who's visually impaired. In fact, one of the things that the guide dog mobility instructors teach the dogs is something called intelligent disobedience.
Yes.
Yes, you did that with
Oh,
your
yes.
dogs, yes. And so that's where the client will say go, will say forward, and the dog will walk in front of the person and stop them, because the dog can see a car, or the dog sees a bicycle.
Yeah,
or-
where it's where the dog ignores their commands.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so the dog has to be a very, very special dog to guide someone and for you to put your life in their hands.
In their paws.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly.
So that's amazing. And so what have you learned from this?
I've made so many amazing friends here at Leader Dog. It's a whole new family here that I have. I can go to people here at Leader Dog. If I need something, they're here. I've learned so much about training. A lot of the training if you went back to my first dog and where I am now, I have grown so much as a puppy raiser. It's unbelievable, the tools that I now have that I can do, so I can raise much better. I do a better job, I have an easier time, and even if I'm not having an easier time, I have more techniques and more tools I can use.
Right, you have the experience.
Yes, exactly.
What got you into puppy raising?
So one of my dear friends came here to get his leader dog. He's visually impaired. And he and his wife came over to show me his dog, and he could not stop bragging about leader dog and what a wonderful experience it is, and how brilliant his dog is, and what a relief it is to him to be able to walk and without having to worry about his wife taking care of helping him walk. And I've been living in Rochester since 2002, so I drive by leader dog constantly. So I just said, you know, go and volunteer. Just be a puppy raiser. Give it a try. And so here I am now, 9 dogs later, and I'm addicted.
Wow. My question is to you, how hard is it to let go?
They're very hard to let them, yes, it's very hard. We call it, we're not letting them go, we're giving them back.
You're giving them back.
Yes, because
I like that way.
Yes, they're not really ours to begin with. And it's different than when you lose a dog to whether they were ill or they got old. That's a different loss than when we give them back, because they're going on to a wonderful
They're doing their
life.
job.
Yes, they're going on to a wonderful life, whether it's with someone who's visually impaired, or if they career change and they go home with their forever family, or if they pick a different career, because there are other careers that our dogs can have besides guiding the visually impaired. So it's difficult to let them go, but you know, I don't want to say you're ready for it, but you do know the whole time you have them that you're going to have to let them go. So it's tough though.
Is there one particular dog that was harder for you to give
The
back?
last one, Echo.
She was the one.
Echo, and I don't know why. Echo's my 3rd golden retriever. I love the golden retrievers, and I don't know what it is about Echo. She just grabbed at me. So she was real tough to let go, but they all grab on you, Joy. You want them all. I could have the crazy dog lady house if I could keep them all, you know. I would be the crazy dog lady.
I hear you. So their journey though begins here, or
yeah, leader dog whelps their own puppies. So leader dog has moms and dads that live in other volunteer homes that take care of the leader dog moms and take care of the leader dog dads. And when the mom is ready to be bred, they bring the mom here and they pick a dad that they want to get. They're looking for a good combination, a good match. And we have breeding suites here in the building, and they let nature go at it. However, we also keep sperm cryogenically, so if they want to bring a particular line back in, they can bring a particular line back in.
That's amazing.
So we do freeze sperm for potentially using again later. But the moms then go home with their volunteer family, and the family whelps the puppies in their home. And they raise the puppies in their home for about 6 weeks, and then after 6 weeks they come here, and we are sitting in their little play area.
They're right behind us.
Yes, they're right in this. This is the little room that Joy and I are sitting in right now. It's about a 10 by 10 little room, and this is where the puppies will be delivered until they get their first set of shots. They get examined by the vet, and then they go into what we call puppy land, which is a lot of different little areas.
And puppy land is around here.
Puppy land, if you could look through walls, you would be facing it.
Oh wow.
Yes, so you would have to look through some walls.
So there's puppies right back there.
There are puppies right there. There's probably about a dozen of them in there right now.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna have a tour tomorrow, so we're gonna get to go by them, and I don't know, we'll get to touch one or two, but we'll see. But I'm gonna get to walk with one of the puppies. One of the dogs.
You'll be walking with probably what's called a leader dog ambassador. So those are dogs that have made it all the way through the training, and
they're ready to be matched.
Well, they're not going to be matched. They're being used as in public relations, so to speak. They're used for blindfold walks. They're used so that you can get the feeling of walking with a dog. You already know you're a special case. But
if people have never walked with one.
Right, they get to experience what it's like to walk with a dog. And they'll take this dog to different speaking engagements where they just want to show the public what a leader dog would look like without taking an actual leader dog away from a client. So this is a dog that almost graduated, but for whatever reason they've chosen this dog to be an ambassador.
Wow, that's just amazing to me, and I love hearing all of this. I've never spoke to a puppy raiser like this, having a conversation and really asking the questions that we all want to know. What is one of your favorite memories, or with some of your dogs? Do you have any specific memories or moments that?
I take pictures of all the dogs, and I love going back and looking at the adventures we've had. One of the adventures that we do with every puppy, I think I've done this, and that's we go to the fire station. And so the fire chief invites the puppies to come to their fire station, and they pull out a fire engine so that they can turn on the siren, so that in a controlled environment, the puppies can hear the siren.
That's good.
And we can, get them away fast if they're scared. One of the firemen puts on the full firefighting uniform or clothing, the jacket and the boots and the respirator. So again, when the puppy sees, I call him a spaceman. When the puppy sees this spaceman, they're not afraid of this funny-looking person. And they will lay a ladder down on the ground, one of those extension ladders. They lay that on the ground because puppies don't know they have back feet. And by walking through the rungs of the ladder that is laying on the ground, they realize, oh my gosh, what are these things back here? And they start to realize that they have back feet. That's a problem a lot of times, getting puppies to go up and down stairs. They don't know what to do with their back feet. So they get their front feet going up, and their back feet are just trailing back there, and they don't know what to do with them.
Wow. Well, is there another memory or anything else?
I've enjoyed going all kinds of places with my puppies. I have a friend who has a swimming pool, and so I love taking my puppies to her house to swim. But my puppies have never liked swimming. But what they like to do instead is watch while her dog jumps in after a toy. Then my puppy chases her dog to the edge, steals the toy, so that then they have to swim out, and she's just got the toy. So they're really opportunists. So every minute with them, whether we're going shopping, we'll go to one of my favorite stores, and they'll say, "Oh, Echo's here," or "Oh, Hazel's here." They don't know me, but they know the names of all my dogs.
Aww.
So I love everywhere we go. I love having my puppy with me. We get to just do all kinds of different things that you wouldn't normally get to do with a dog, because we are allowed to go anywhere. Yeah, whether it's a restaurant or a shopping mall or anywhere.
Have you ever traveled on an airplane?
I have not, but one of my very good friends has done a lot of travel on an airplane. So she has gone to, she's a Disney fan, and so she loves going to Disney World. Is it Disney World that's in Florida?
Yes.
Okay, she goes at least once a year, and she takes her most current puppy to Disneyland every year.
Now, that's really sweet. What about, do you have puppy clubs?
We have, when you get your puppy, you are put into a puppy group, and your group is run by another volunteer. The person's called a puppy counselor, and your puppy counselor has 2 meetings a month, and that's a time where your puppy counselor will get all the puppies in their group together, and they can see, how's your puppy doing? Are you having a problem here? Let's work on these skills, so that they can catch something, a potential problem. They can catch it early, and they can let you know, this is going good, don't worry about it. And so it's always good to have those puppy classes. And you don't have to just go to your counselor's puppy classes. You can, if there's another class in another part of town, you can go to other classes as well. So
that's nice.
Yeah, so depending on the age of the puppy, the real little ones, they can't handle more than a couple of classes a month, because it's pretty exciting and a lot of stress going to a class. But the bigger ones, they can go to a class every week or so, and they're fine.
Wow, no, that's so amazing. Do you have something else?
Yeah, no, so we'll go to, so I go to puppy classes, and then your puppy counselor also may have outings like at the mall. You're going to the mall. I've gone to the mall you're going to tomorrow.
Yes.
We have gone there for a class and walked around and gone on the elevator.
So you do activities.
Yes, yeah, and so that it's just another place to go. Because what we
Socializing.
yes, exactly. Because what we try to do is get our puppies to go to all these places, so that when you get your dog, your leader dog, it knows how to go to a bank. It knows how to behave at the grocery store. It knows how to behave
You do
at
all
the drugstore.
the hard work in the beginning and it gets it ready for me.
It's, everybody says it's hard work, and I guess if I was honest, it is work, but it's so much
Rewarding,
fun.
isn't
Yes.
it?
When they get something, when you've been working, and then they finally, the light goes on and they get something, it's just so wonderful. Because you can just tell the difference in their eyes. It's like, oh, I get what you're telling me now. And then they get it. So it's just exciting, and I don't care how much work it is, it's just a lot of fun.
It is.
I have a good time.
I can tell. You have so much just excitement and zeal and just joy.
There's
Talking about your puppies.
They're just so precious. They're just so precious, and I'll get up in the morning and they're just sitting there in the crate waiting for you, and they're just so thrilled.
Wow.
that you're there, and it's time for dinner. In fact, one of the funny things about my puppies, I set an alarm on my phone when it's time for breakfast and when it's time for dinner, and my puppies learn the alarm sound, and they get excited, and they know what they're supposed to do. They know, I'm going to go over here and get the food, but you've got to go over there and sit down and wait until I tell you it's okay, and then you can go and eat. And so they learn that sound. So there's just so much fun that we teach them.
What are some of the skills that when you get your puppy? What are some of the number one skills that you have to teach them?
Yes.
Commands, that sort of thing.
Yep. When we get them, the host home, the mom's family, they have already started working with the puppies. Frankly, within a few days of when the puppy is born, there are exercises that they do that the theory is that it helps increase the connections in the brain. And then the host home also starts teaching the puppy, if you want attention, you've got to sit. And so that continues while they're here for 2 weeks before they go home with their raisers.
Wow.
And then when we get them as puppy raisers, obviously we have to teach them their name, and then we start working on attaching word to the cue sit. We teach them down, that's to lay down. We teach them how to walk on a loose leash on our left side, because we don't want, for you they have to pull on the harness, but for us we don't want them pulling our arm out of the socket.
Right.
They have to walk nice.
Right.
And we also teach them a skill called around, and that's where the puppy walks behind us and goes over onto our right hand side. That's for when you have to open a door that opens from the left hand side to the right hand side, or from the right hand side to the left hand side. You don't want to hit the puppy. So if you're opening from the right and it opens to the left, you want the puppy to be on your right hand side.
Right, that makes sense.
Yes, and so we teach them that.
Go around.
Yes, and eventually they just learn that. I don't think you even have to say it.
They just do it.
They just know when you're grabbing with your left hand to open the door that way. They just know, oh, I gotta go over there.
Yeah.
So, and we teach them, we teach them a command called touch, which is where they touch their nose to your hand. We teach them a command called chin, which is where they rest their chin on your hand. And that's a good thing to use when you go to the vet, is that calms them down. Their head is in your hand. They've got something to think about. They have the security of your touch, while the vet's doing all the strange things with the stethoscope and checking the temperature and so on. So we teach them that. And a lot of these things are not just, okay, they know how to sit now. We want them to sit, and we want them to sit for 1 minute without moving. Oh, we want them to sit for 5 minutes without moving. And moving is, I'm not being ridiculous about moving. But eventually, we want them to be able to sit or lay down and not get up and go all crazy for like a half an hour. And they'll do more for you as the visually impaired person, but that's how much we're looking for them to do. Half an hour, 45 minutes is what we try and build it up to. So that's something else that we work on. And then a big thing, like we said earlier, is to go to all the different businesses, stores, drugstore, grocery store, learn how to walk by a grocery cart, because that's a scary thing when that grocery,
I didn't think about that.
Those wheels never work right, you know? So those wheels are always jiggling, so they have to learn how to walk with the grocery cart. We'll go to the library. Everything smells funny to the dogs and everything looks funny to the dogs, and so we try and take them as many places as we can.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, this is good. I'm learning some stuff I didn't know before, and it's just amazing all the work that goes into it, you know, and the beauty that you receive from all the work.
We do, and you know, whether my puppy graduates or not doesn't matter. I'm just as invested in someone else's puppy graduating. I am just as excited when someone else has a graduate as when it's my puppy that graduates. Sure, I want to have a graduate, but I'm just as excited when anyone's puppy graduates, because I know what a difference they're going to make. Yes. Yeah. So, and I know they're so terribly loved. They're just cherished by their person, and so it's worth it. Yeah. There go the boys. There go the boys.
And I am looking so forward to getting a leader dog, and I am working so hard right now in my training to have, you know, the skills that I need to prove to leader dog that I am worthy of, you know, and qualified for this amazing angel in my life, and I know that I have it within me, and I just now I'm doing the hard work to be able to prove it to them. And so yeah, I'm going to be so honored to have a leader dog, and from someone like you.
That would be wonderful.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you'll have to come to my graduation for sure.
Yes, I will. I'll be there.
You're going to be, we're graduating, we're having a celebration ceremony this Friday, and Kathy is going to be my guest, and she's going to come. But I am looking forward to this new chapter in my life, and I am so happy that you all are getting to hear from, you know, here we go, right here, a puppy raiser who's raising dogs, leader dogs for people like me, and she is a life changer. So thank you so much for all you are doing, all that you've done to give people like me so much beautiful freedom.
Just love your dog is all we want. We're just so thrilled when you love on your dog.
That's all I will do. When I get my new dog, I will literally be a hot mess. I'm gonna be a hot mess. This dog is going to receive so many kisses and so much love, and you won't even have to worry. It's like this dog is going to be in good hands with me.
Wonderful.
And so I'm excited for this journey, and I hope that y'all have learned something new. What would you say is one of your greatest blessings of being a puppy raiser? We'll finish off with that.
I know that the puppies are here, and I'm doing this thing for a visually impaired person, but you know, my puppy has given me something to do. I'm not sitting home watching TV eating candy. They give me a purpose. I've got something, I've got a reason to go out and go for a walk even when it's freezing or raining or whatever. It's given me a purpose every day, and that has made a big difference. To someone who's retired, all my puppies give me a reason to get up and get moving. And wow. So I'm so grateful that I have these puppies to give me something to look forward to every day.
I mean, how could you not look forward to waking up to that sweetness?
I know, right?
Every day. I'm jealous, like, oh my goodness, like, and you get the honor of seeing many of these dogs and you know, come through your home, and you know, and
yes.
then you give them back to people who are going to live an amazing life because of you.
It makes me a little embarrassed when you say things like that. I realize that that's the end result, but I just do it because I have something to do. It gives me a purpose. I'm not trying to
Save the world.
yeah, right.
You're not trying to say that. I get what you're saying.
Right.
You're not trying to do this big, huge
right.
like
I'm not.
thing.
I just want to raise a puppy. I want to have fun with a puppy, and I want to see them go on and do something great. And it's not a world saver, but it's a person saver, maybe.
Absolutely.
So that's all I care.
Well, thank you for being a person saver.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll take that, my friend.
So you guys, thanks for watching, and I hope, yes, you were able to learn something that you did not know about guide dogs, about Leader Dog. Leader Dog is an amazing organization, and I am truly so blessed to be a part of Leader Dog alumni. Yeah. So anyway, until the next video, we'll see you, and stay tuned. The best is yet to come.
Thank you.
All right, bye guys. Love you. Mwah. Great.